Yeah, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Yeah, I posted something this morning that I want to teach us free suit cutting. I actually posted the style of the suit that I want to cut. I posted it on my WhatsApp group. So now it's time. Let's get to work now. It is a safari suit that I want to teach us about. Oh, what about Mochok here? Safari suits. I want to I want to cut. Now, I hope we are all familiar with the instruments, our tools, our cutting tools, our tape rule, our scissors, chalk, ruler, our fabrics too. Our fabrics also our tools. Then our measurements. Okay, now let me recite the measurement that we are following. We have the shoulder of the suit to be 18 inches. The shoulder of the tools to be 18 inches. The length of the suit is 32 inches. 32 inches. Then bust, the bust is 38, the waist 34, the hip 38, and the sleeve to be 25. 25. I am only going to teach us how to cut the front part, back parts, the side alone tonight. So I'm not going to teach us the sleeve this night. So you are going to meet me on my next video on sleeve cutting. Now let's get to work. Let us make our margin. Our margin line, that's our baseline where we are starting all our measurements from. So after that, I am measuring the length. I want to measure the length of the whole suit now. I want to measure the length of the whole suit now. The length of the whole suit is 32 inches. 32 inches. Then we have to put 3 inches allowance extra. This is it. This is it here. So 32 inches plus 3 inches, that will be 35. 32 inches plus 3 inches, which is 35. 32 inches plus 3 inches, which is 35. Now let's roll our line. Let's roll it out. Let's roll it out. Now I want to transfer back the 3 inches back to this bottom, because initially this is where I want to start the top of the suit from. So I'm going to measure back the 3 inches here. Yeah, I hope you are following me now. It is just a gradual process. So just pay attention and watch carefully every step that I'm taking. So check back. Let me check back. The measurement of the suit, which is 32 inches. Can you see it now? 32 inches. I hope my video is being gotten well. Okay. Yeah, the network is good. Let me continue. Now I want to talk the back side. But as I was saying, as I said the other time, we are to first make our margins. We are to mark out our margins. Now from the this margin, this first margin, let us divide our suit into two. We want to mark out the waistline, the waist base. Now our suit is 32 inches. That will be 16, right? Plus 2. It is necessary we have 2. That is 18 inches. So that is our waist line. That is our waistline of the suit. That is the waistline of the suit. That is 18 inches. That is the waistline of the suit. Now we are to mark out the chest line too. We have to mark out the chest line. The chest line. We have to mark out the chest line. Oh, okay. Let me continue. Now, for us to mark out the chest line, what is our bust? Our bust is 38. 38 divided by 4 will give us 9.5. That would be the margin. That would be our chest margin, 9.5. That means 38 divided by 4. 38 divided by 4. 38 divided by 4 will be our chest margin. 38 divided by 4. Now, this is our main margin. That is where we start our measurement, all our measurements from. Then this margin is for the chest, this is for the waist, and this is the bottom. This margin is for the extra allowance. Now, how do we get it? I think we all understand. Chest divided by 4, which is 9.5, give us the margin for the chest. Then our suit length divided by 2 plus 2, it gives us the waist margin. Then the last button and the allowance. Now to mark out the back side, that is the back part of the suit, we have to create allowance. This allowance, but the allowance gets different measurements. From this our first margin, we have to mark out 1 inches. From the chest margin, we have to mark out 1.5 inches. From the waist margin, we have to mark out 2 inches, and from the hip, which is the bottom, we have to mark out 2 inches. Are you getting me now? Okay, let's rule it out. Let's connect the points together. Yeah, I have connected the line. Now we are moving to the shoulder measurements. Now we are moving to the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement. The shoulder of the suit of my client is 18. 18. 18. Even, yeah, 18 is okay for him. It's okay for him. 18 is okay for him. So that means I am going to add half inches for the sewing. And 18 divided by 2 is 9, plus half inches, that will be 9.5. So I mark out 9.5 here. 9.5. Then I'm going to rule it out. 9.5. Now let's come back to this chest line. There is always another margin that we used for the back chest line. So that margin, we are just going to add 1.5 initially to the normal base chest line like this. We are going to add 1.5. That 1.5 is what we use to lower the shoulder. We use that 1.5 added to the chest baseline to lower the shoulder. So in native, some people always lower their shoulder by 4, by 3, some by 2, as preferred by the person that is cutting the clothes. Now for the suit, we are going to lower the shoulder by 1.5. I've marked out the 1.5 already. Now I want to mark out the neckline. How do I do that? We call something open and lower. We open and we low. We open and low the neckline based on the circumference of the collar. Now, how do I go about that? What is my chest? My chest is 38. Now I am going to divide that 38 divided by 12. That will give me what I will use to open my neck at the back side. So I don't have my calculator here, but I think the measurement, the answer should not exceed 3 points, either 3.1 or 3 points. So let's just calculate it. 38 divided by 12 is will give us 3 points, but I am going to use 3 here. I'm going to use 3 here to open it. So I'll use 3 to open it. Now it is very simple for me to connect the shoulder line with the neckline, but I will not connect it yet. Reason because I have to raise the back measurement by 1. In native cutting, the back side is always more higher than the front side. So I am going to raise the back side by 1 inches up before I now connect the shoulder line. I am connecting the shoulder line now. Can you see? Then I want to connect the neckline too with that shoulder line. Can you see? Can you see? Now, this is just as simple as this. Before I forget, let me add the sewing allowance for the back side. Sewing allowance is always necessary. It's always necessary to avoid any kind of issue after sewing. So let me connect it. I am connecting this line here because I am not putting vent at the back of the measurement. There is a lot of types of let me say there is types of vent on suit, but the popular one that we always use is the back vent and the side vent. The side vent is always 2 and the back is 1, but I am not using the back vent here. I want to use the side ventilation. So now let's go back to what we are doing. From the shoulder, we want to mark out the of that backside. Of that backside. Now let's check the measurement from this tip, the tip of our fabrics here. Let's check the measurements. Whatever we see here will determine what we are going to mark out at this back chest baseline. You remember from the initial chest baseline, we had 1.5 upward. So from that 1.5 upward, what we are going to mark there, this is what we determine. This part will determine it. Now I can see 11 inches here. 11 inches here. Then I'm going to bring down the 11 inches on this baseline. So instead of marking out that exact 11 inches, I'm going to mark out 10 inches. I remove 1 inches backward. I go backward by 1 inches. Then I still come out by half inches. The half inches is for sewing allowance. So if I remeasure it now, 11 inches has totally turned to 10.5. Now let me mark it out. Let me mark it out. This is how it will be. This half inches is for sewing. Can you see it now? Can you see the drawing? Okay, let me go to the waist measurement. Now on the waist measurement, I did not really have my calculator here, so I am just going to do the calculation offhand. So it should be correct anyway. 34 inches divided by 6. 34 inches divided by 6. That should be around 5.5. That should be around 5.5. Then I am going to add half inches for the sewing, which is 6. Which is 6. Which is 6. Then the 6, I am going to add 1 inches at the bottom here. I'm going to add 1 inches at the bottom here, which is 7. This is where I added 1 inches to make it 7. Now let me rule it out. Let's mark it out now. Are you getting it now? This is just the back part of what we are cutting. This is just the back part. Now we are done with the marking out of the back aspects of our safari suit. The only thing that remains here is just the 2 inches allowance that we are going to add at the bottom for sewing inside of the down part. Then the vent. I said I want to put side ventilation at the suit, so I am adding it at the side of the back and the front part. So initially we have 9 inches, 8 inches as how we want the vent to be wider. Depends on the person that is cutting the suit. So this is my vent. This is my vent at the side. So I think I am done with the back side of the suit. Now to move directly to the front aspects. Suit is comprised of 3 parts: the back, the front, and the side. Back, front, and the side. We've marked out the back side. We are yet to mark the front and the side. Now I want to rule out another margin, another margin. I want to rule out another margin. Now, okay, at the end of the video, I am going to post the style I am cutting now. I'm going to post it. Initially, I supposed to have posted it earlier, but it was on my Facebook, my TikTok account I want to use, but I noticed the account can't be used for live stream presently because of the limited followers that is on it, so it can't be used. That's why I switch the live stream to my Facebook page. So after this live stream, I am going to drop the video, the style. I'm going to post the style under the comments, under the comment section. Now, what next? Let me mark out the button margin on the suit. I want to mark it out. It's always 1 inches. That is the margin where the button side of the front will lay on the other. So I hope you are getting it now. We are cutting safari suit. We are cutting safari suit. So after this cutting, I'll still come back online maybe tomorrow or another time to cut out the sleeve and explain in details like this. So our baselines are already marked out. Our baselines are already marked out. Just to input our measurement. Just to input our measurement. Now, at the back here, at the back side, if you remember, I said I have to open my neck with 3 inches. That 3 inches was derived from the test calculation. So that 3 inches, I'm going to start the 3 inches from the button side, from the button line, from the normal margin. If I did not start it here, if I should start it here, that means the neck will be wider than what I should get. So that's why I'm marking it out from the button margin, that is the 3 inches. Now our chest line is 9.5, that is 38. 9.5. I have to mark it out here, 9.5, and mark it out here, 9.5. Are you getting my explanation? It is just simple as seen. Nothing is too hard here. It is just simple. You see, we are already done. Now I will add 1 inches at the chest line and connect it to this line. That means I am trying to create my side. I'm trying to create the side of the suit. I'm creating the side of the suit already. Now let's go to the shoulder side. The shoulder side of the suit now from this neck side, I'm going to measure what is at the back. I have 7 inches here, so that 7 inches I am going to input it here from the neck line. from the neckline. That is 7 inches. 7 inches. I You can see I initially here we have 9.5. I have to come inside by 1 inches. This is the 1 inches here. And you see it. This is the 1 inches here, and this 7 inches. Don't forget what we added here is what we are going to use to lower the shoulder. That is shoulder slant, to slant the shoulder. Now I've done that. I want to connect back the shoulder here, then connect here, simple. Armor of where is it? Oh, I'm going to pick this thing. So I'm going up by 1 inches. I want to bring out the arm hole. Yeah, we are still on the run. We are still running. So now I want to remove that. I want to remove that here. Here is the dart here. I want to remove. I'm also going to connect. Sorry, this margin supposed to be like this. From here to this. This margin is supposed to be like this, because this one is not visible anymore. So we are connecting the waist with this. Now for me to remove my darts, to cut out that, I have to add another 1 inches and connect it like this. So for the side, then let me just make this little shape. We are almost there. Now we want to the neck, the collar of the suit is 17 inches. We've already opened it by 3, so I want to lower it by 2. Then I will measure it with the back side and see if the circumference is equal to 17. Where is this line? Now let's measure this. Let's see what is there. This is equals to 4. Wow, this one is 17 already. This is 8 plus half. Let's measure it again. From here, oh sorry, I forget something. We also had half inches here at the front before we connect our shoulder slants. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. So let's measure the neckline now. From here, we have 4 inches. Then from that 4, let's continue measuring. Yeah, this is almost like 9. We are going to we are our sewing allowance, which is half inches. We remove it. We remain 8.5. That is 17. Simple as ABC. Now let's go to the side aspects now. Let's go to the side aspects now. For the darts here, the dart we are removing here and the replacement, the sewing. So the calculation is about 4 inches here, 4 inches here. Okay, let me just do the calculation for you. Let me do the calculation for you so that you can see. Now, what do we have here? We have 8 quarter. We have 8 quarter here. From that 8 quarter, our chest is 38. 38 divided by 2, that will give us 19. That will give us 19. So can we see we find our 19 here, but due to this is our normal place. This is our normal what? Normal place. And we are going to cut out this. Definitely we are going to put the 19 here now. Because we are cutting out, like, let me just cut it out already like this. You see now. Okay. So these are 19, then I have to move it here. Then I want to add the allowance, which is 4. We are sewing half inch here, which is 1 inch. We are sewing half inches here, which is 1.5. We want to cover this side, that is 2, and we are leaving 2 extra allowance at the back here in case the suit is tight, we want to lose it out. So that is 4 inches. So I am going to add the 4 inches here. Now let's go to the waist side. This is the waist side. We have 6.5. Remove the half inches for the sewing. That is 5.5. So the 5.5, there is 0 here. This is 8 quarter. The 8 quarter I ought to put it here because this is our normal measurement line. This allowance is for the button, so take notes in case of next time. So now 19, this is where my 19 reach. This is where my 19 reach. It's almost the same thing. This is where my 19 reach. So after the cutting out of this is where it will be now. So from here to here we measure 4 inches. So that's how we get that. Now 6 inches here minus half of the sewing, that is 5.5. 5.5, we put it from this side. 5.5, and our waist is 34. 34 divided by 2, that is 17. So this is where the 17 reach. Then we are adding 3.5 here. 3.5. Now let's go to the hip side. Hip side of the clothes. We have 7 here. If didn't always have the sewing allowance, so we have 7 here. From this 7, let's measure it here. 38, that is 19 and 3.5. 3.5 inches. So 3.5 inches. Let us connect the lines and see what we are having here. Now, this is our side. This is our side. Can you see this? This is 9 inches. Let's transfer the 9 inches back here. That is for the ventilation at the side. Then our allowance, which is the 2 inches, the 2 inches, the 2 inches. Now there's something I want to, okay, it's also the same thing, because after drafting out this side, we always remeasure this place with this place and see what we are having. We are having 24 inches, and from here to here too, we are having 24 inches. So since we've made the baseline already, so there's nothing to remeasure again. Yeah, all being sorted, all being sorted, all being sorted. This is our safari suit. This is just the drafting. So we are just to cut out everything. Now, my next video will be on the sleeve cutting. My next video will be on the sleeve cutting. Thanks for watching. In case there's any question you want to ask me, you are free to drop the question on the comment section. Drop the question there and I will answer it. I will answer your question. Yeah. So this is the back side. I've cut out the back side. This is the back side. Let me cut out the front side now. Then the side aspect too. It's just very simple as this. I don't want to take much of our time to be going deeper, and just be wasting our time. So, this is very simple to grab once. Can you see now? Let me cut out the button allowance side. This thing is going. Yeah, this is the front side. Front side. Okay. This is the front side. Now let's go to the side. This is the side. So I hope you grab a little bit tonight. It's not a day job. So from practicing every time, you are going to get there. So this is not just the end. We are still coming back next time to at least repeat the same process. So we are going to get it. Thanks for watching. Come back next time. Thank you.